it's very unlikely that Republicans lose control of the House. There are just not enough Republican seats, vulnerable seats in the really competitive districts. There are not enough Republican retirements in competitive districts right now. I could see their margins getting cut in half.
We have every reason to think we can get reelected this year, this coming year, but only if we adopt the right kind of procedures. I think we've got to be seen as a party that is fixing the problem, not as a party that's trying to explain or defend the problem.
So I think we're going to have a good chance of picking up a good number of seats in the Senate, and if the stars align right, who knows, we could get the majority back.
But we start out at 55, they start out at 45. I think there's a pretty good chance that the majority will still be Republican in the next Congress.
Rahm Emanuel, the Illinois congressman who's heading up the Democratic congressional campaign effort, he's already regarded as one of the sharpest minds on the Democratic side, and if the Democrats win control of the House in November, he will be lionized.
Pat Casey Jr. of Pennsylvania is going to get beaten by Rick Santorum, and then we'll be going to political oblivion.
Is that a close race?
It's a very close race.
Lawrence.
Janine Pirro or anyone else who is foolish enough to run against Hillary Clinton will be destined for political oblivion, just like everyone who ran against her predecessor, Daniel Patrick Moynihan.
In New York, the candidate to watch is a fellow named John Spencer, who will give Hillary Clinton a much tougher race than she expects, and he'll be the Cinderella man of politics this year.
Yeah. Her name is Tammy Duckworth. She's a 30-something African-American Iraqi war vet who lost both legs in Iraq, and now she has surfaced here as a Democratic candidate.
But I believe the Republicans will be hurt and will lose seats in Congress. Maybe a dozen, maybe 20. I don't know what the number would be.
Who do you think will wind up with the presidency in either party?
I would say that Hillary Clinton is clearly the front runner in the Democratic Party, that if Senator Clinton wants to run, and I think she does, she has enormous advantages. You'd have to say that Mayor Giuliani and Senator McCain are the front runners right now. I think the key for right now is to try to find solutions for my party and for my country for 2006 and to try to get things working better this coming year. But I certainly am not ruling out the possibility of running in 2008.
Hillary versus McCain. You're stuck on Hillary Clinton.
No, it's a prediction. I think you have to go with it now, unless she completely alienates the hard left.
Ultimately, I think this is probably McCain versus Hillary, and if I were John McCain, I would start a PAC to make sure Rudy Giuliani gets in the race, so that McCain looks like the centrist.
Mitt Romney, any Mormon from Utah who can get elected governor of Massachusetts even once should not be underestimated. He's going to be a serious presidential candidate.
Right on.
Rudy Giuliani, who is underrated only by professional Republicans as a presidential candidate, simply because he's pro-choice. Rudy Giuliani will show that the Republican Party can nominate a pro-choice candidate.
Number one, the political fave of the press corps and pundits, at least for the next year and a half, I think, could be outgoing Virginia Governor Mark Warner.
Virginia's Governor Mark Warner, a popular Southern Democrat who will be getting his presidential campaign started in 2006.
Right on. Right on.
Certainly Governor Warner is very attractive coming out of Virginia as a Democrat.
I kind of like Mark Warner as a possibility.
I think Haley Barbour came out of Katrina looking great. The catch he's got is that if he runs for re-election in November of 2007, that's like less than 2 months before the Iowa caucus. How does he run for president unless he doesn't run for re-election? And given Katrina, how does he not run for re-election?
All right.
Destined for political stardom, Tom Suozzi, the popular 43-year-old Long Island Democrat. He will announce his entry into the gubernatorial primary, challenging Attorney General Eliot Spitzer. With Suozzi in the race, all bets are off.
With all the money being spent and all the having our teams and those who will never win, I predict that the Los Angeles Angels and Los Angeles Dodgers will purchase themselves a pen if they are spending money at a rate even greater than the federal government.